Hey guys. This would be easier. Hey Kim, this would be easier if I didn't cut all my nails off the other day. I have this peekaboo tiger print that I need to get this purple off and get these stripes to go. So I'm removing the vinyl I put down. Well, clear contact paper actually. Have to find all these pieces that I put. You can kind of tell because you'll have a little edge. And I usually pick these off just before I drop the glitter, but I didn't yesterday. Yesterday was crazy. So now we just gotta go through and take off all these little edges. Little tiger themed. Again, it's one of those days where I don't have a ton planned. If y'all have questions, I'll definitely answer questions, but I have to get epoxy on a bit, get the stripes pulled on here. Then hopefully I'm ready for this one to get a final coat as well. Well, not final, but the first of the final. I see it. This is such an easy design. This one is, it's kind of soothing. I have 24. There's one that's really close to the wall down there, so it kind of can't quite use it, but there's 24 total. And this is the last of, I had a bunch on the end, and hopefully they're kind of stacked up there. And those will all be mailed out this weekend, thank goodness. Kind of have a pretty decent rhythm where I'm able to start everything on Monday and then it mails out Saturday, Sunday. Well, obviously not mails out Sunday, but it gets packaged Saturday, Sunday. And then Monday I just start again. I had a bunch of fails this week. Thanks. I had a bunch of designs, a few that went great and a few didn't quite go as planned. One of the ones I did on a TikTok live the other day, it was some leaves in a dirty pour. It came out really, really pretty, but I don't know, after looking at it, something felt off. Like something wasn't quite right with it. So I went ahead and took off all of the leaves and the paint, and I'm redoing that one today. Oh, it just didn't feel right. Thanks. I love them. Aren't they amazing? Jessica and Jerry are amazing. I seriously love those girls. They're so talented, like tons of energy. And like you can tell that they genuinely care about how you're doing. They're really great people. Something's wrong right here. Why does it look like that? I can kind of, I know there's easier ways to mark your designs, but I'm kind of just in the habit of doing it like this. And every once in a while, it's like I can tell that I would have put something there, but it doesn't quite show up. All right, I need to clean up some of these edges. This is a really easy thing about this design is that I put down spray paint. Yes, my husband. My husband made all this. Oh, awesome. Hey, Trey. Treyana, right? Is that right? I believe so. Y'all have it going over there. Those girls are amazing. The really good thing about this design, so what I did is I painted my cup white, then painted it yellow, then I dropped my yellow glitter. I did a layer of epoxy. Well, yeah, a layer of epoxy. I did not epoxy till smooth. You don't really need it smooth for this part. You just need it completely covered. So I did my layer of epoxy, and then I put down my tiger stripe my tiger stripe decal, and then I spray painted purple, and then I dropped my purple glitter, let it sit overnight, and now I'm going through, I removed those lines, like kind of all the pieces, took that all out, and now I'm just going through and cleaning it. That really good part about doing it like this is that you can go through with your knife and you can scrape away any of the spray paint, and then just take, I don't know where my Q-tips are. Take a baby wipe or even a Q-tip and just go in and remove any of the spray paint that's smeared or any glitter that's loose. Before I pulled up this vinyl, I went through and I sprayed this with clear gloss spray paint. It doesn't matter if it's gloss or matte, but I sprayed it with clear spray paint. That way none of this glitter would be coming off and moving around. Okay, yay, I thought so. Did I meet you at the extravaganza? I think I did. Pretty sure I met you at in Orlando a few weeks ago. That was a lot of fun. All right, so I'm gonna go through, and this part, I don't know if you can see right there where it just looks weird, like it dips in. I need it to make sense a little more, so I'm going to scrape that off and smooth it. I'm gonna clean up that edge. Kind of make that part make sense. And it's just spray paint and a little epoxy, so you can kind of get aggressive with it. Don't use a super sharp blade because you don't want to cut through that. Like, we definitely don't want to cut through any of that epoxy right now, but you can definitely wipe it off. So right now is just clean up and kind of reshaping some of these that may have bled. One of the dirty pours that I did the other day, I'm going to be turning that into a geode. I have the decal on it, and it's so funny because it's a design that I tried to do like 3 or 4 years ago. Didn't quite go as planned, so it's been in timeout. It's been sitting the whole time. So I saw it the other day and I was like, all right, let me finally finish it. I'm gonna clean off around the bottom too, that way if these next few layers go as perfect as I want, it can actually be my final coats. I don't do the bottom of my tumbler. I use a cup edging tool from Wicked Shimmer. I go around the bottom of my tumbler and I cut off the bit of paint that's there and any epoxy and glitter. And then I just keep cleaning it as I go with every step. It ends up being a really nice clean finish to your tumbler. My back room here is a mess, a complete mess. So one of the things on my schedule for today is to clean this. Like, have you ever seen the TikTok where it's like, I don't know who closed last night? That is what it looks like. This is a super, super dull paring knife. Like, crazy, crazy. So don't worry about me cutting myself. If I do, I'd be surprised. I'd be really surprised if anything happened to me with this knife. Get the rest of this cleaned off. Since I went ahead already and trimmed off my epoxy in that first step, it's really easy to get this paring knife in there and clean up that bottom bit. I have a dry baby wipe that I always use whenever I'm cleaning up epoxy. Because it holds the acetone for a really long time. And I don't get a lot of fuzzies from it. I just stick them right in the dryer, or I use packs that I've left open, and then I transfer them into a tissue box. Let me get a cleaner one. All right, the rest of this cup that I'm doing is going to be making sure that everything is clean. Yes, ma'am. I'll show you what it will look like after I, like how I send it out the door. Let me grab a sticker real quick. Okay, so this is how I finish off the bottom of my tumblers. This little piece, it doesn't do anything. So just pop that off and get rid of it. I'll clean out the sticky goop. Whenever I'm doing this, if I get a little too aggressive and it looks like there's a few scratches on there, what I'll do is I'll get some steel wool and really go through and kind of polish it up again. And it comes out really clean. I put a sticker on the bottom of here, and I have never once had anyone complain about the sticker or my cup being branded. I used to do the bottom of my cups, but I don't know, after the whole fight of sometimes them not being level, when I thought I could like mail them out that day, I don't know, it aggravated me. Most of my tumblers are steel magnolia. Sorry, not steel magnolia. Not steel magnolia. Let me go ahead and make sure I get all this right. More than half of my tumblers, I would say like 90% of my tumblers are stainless steel Depot. They're Hogg Tumblers. And then I have a few steel magnolias that I love. Some of the handle ones that they have, mainly that, what is it called? The 16-ounce travel. And then there's one other one that I love from there that I get every so often, and it's the 32, the True 32, I think it is. And I love that one for guys. I love the shape of that for a guy. And the fact that it can still fit in a cup holder. We are out at baseball all the time, and a lot of the guys I get tumblers from me, I see out at baseball, and they like having, you know, the bottom of that tumbler fit in their chair cup holder. Oh no. Oh man, I hate to ask how it came out as a disaster, but I would love to help if you need help getting that fixed up. All right, so now I have the sticker for the bottom of my tumbler. It's a 1-inch round. I get this from Stickermule. And what I do is I put it in here. I get a heat gun and I soften my sticker. This does not need heat to stay in place. I'm using my heat gun just to soften up my sticker so I can kind of smash it into place. And then from there, I will take UV resin and I will put a little drop in here, and it's just enough. I'll put the UV resin right here, it'll sit level, and it will come around right this edge. It will cross that edge. If you don't have that UV resin kind of going over there, if you wash it, you can have the risk of water getting in between the UV resin and that little dip, and that could just get funky over time. So I do bring that UV resin flat to about right here, like just a little over it, just to have that go in. All right, I'm gonna clean up my top, and not a ton. I'm gonna get the first set of epoxy on here, and then after that sets, I'll take this out to the garage and get my my little rotary tool and really clean up the edge. So right now, just kind of moving all of that off so it's not in the way. Hey there. All right, I'm gonna check it one more time, and then I'm gonna have to leave you guys while I run outside and hit it with spray paint. It's just gonna be clear spray paint, just to make sure that nothing moves, because whenever I do my epoxy, I'm aggressive. I'm definitely not a little gentle person, so whenever I go on with epoxy, I really run it through there and make sure I don't have any bubbles, and it has a good coat. So the part right here that looks a little funky. I'll smooth that out a little to make sense. And I'm pretty sure this cup needs a decal, so what I'll do after the next coat, if it's smooth enough, I'll get the decal on it. If it isn't, I will take it out and do one more coat of epoxy. Spray paint, I have Rust-Oleum right now. I don't know, it's all right. I'm not in love with Rust-Oleum spray paint. I tried that color shot and I really like that. I just only have like 3 of them. Gina, it's going all right. This week has been crazy. I'm ready for it to be in the book. I had a few, now that I'm saying it out loud, what happened was that I had about 4 new designs I tried in 1 week without really putting a ton of thought into the designs, just kind of like jumping into it. And I think that was a little too much for my brain to handle. I should have been a little more gentle with myself. You love color shot. Okay, I mean, so the thing that I really loved about it when I got it the other day is that the can like fit in my hand. Like it was comfortable. It was comfortable to hold and spray, if that makes sense. The color, I don't even remember what color I used. I feel like it was a pink, but I'm not quite sure. But I really, really liked the way that one came out. It was comfortable to hold. The color was pretty. I just only have 2 cans. I think the other one I have is like a slate or something close to a slate. All right, I'm gonna spray this real quick. And I'm just gonna do clear spray paint, nothing special, just enough to get on there. And then I get to mix epoxy. I have to get some glitter on 3. I have a little super abstract Northern Lights that I'm pretty excited about to get some glitter on, some epoxy on that. I wanna see how that shows up. It's smooth. Oh, I might have to try it. Let me go spray real quick. Make sure I grab the white. The clear. All right, put this towards the end. I probably need to move a few things around. Come on. Here we go. I was telling Gary about the quick release. He saw them from Dino's. I was telling him the other day that I need to get that done, so hopefully soon. Oh, well, when you're ready, girl, let me know. I'm definitely willing to help. All right, so this needs to be a mix of greens and golds. This one is, I've done this one for a friend a few years ago, and it came out really, really pretty, and it kind of had like a I did all the green and glitters kind of put on an angle, and then epoxy till smooth, and then I did this really pretty shiplap with some flowers, and I put mom, and then this quote on the back that absolutely was horrible to weed. Like, hated it, not a fan of the decal that has to go on here, but I forgot that it was on that listing. So I don't have a choice now. I had a different green that I used earlier, and I don't know where I put that paint. It was like dark. Will olive work? Maybe. All right, so I'm going to get some paint on here. Super, super rough. There's nothing pretty about this part. I'm just trying to get a few different shades of green. That way my glitters will have a good base, and some parts will come out a bit darker than others. So I just grabbed some random colors out of here. I have an olive. And this is how I base paint any tumblers that have kind of a swirl look to it. I always base paint my colors, my tumblers, the color that the glitter is going to be. Just rough. It doesn't even have to be perfect for some of these swirls. It's just enough so that those glitters will have a bit more depth. This gold down. This gold isn't even open yet. It looks horrible, but once the glitters fall, it will be better, I promise. Like I said, this is just so that those glitters will kind of have a base color to it. Miss Cat's gonna kill me. She was here the other day, and she was showing me this paintbrush cleaner that she has, and about how you can like finish your paintbrushes and clean them like right away. And I don't like things that take too much time if I have to sit there and fool with it. So she could tell. I don't think it would hurt her feelings. I was kind of like, okay, that's cool. Like, cool, but not for me. Like, looks like it takes a little more time than I want to invest into it. So she took it with her. And last night, I didn't clean any of my paintbrushes at all. Uh-oh. I was just talking about you, Miss Cat. You're gonna love this. So, I finished up last night, and I forgot to clean my paintbrushes. And they are stiff and funky. Like, so bad. Like, a few of them still had paint on it. 2 of them were Mod Podge. 2 of them I have, like, Mod Podge in it. So, I don't know. I'll see if I completely wasted those paintbrushes or not. But I was just talking about your little paintbrush cleaner that I was like, it's all right. And again, I'm just kind of throwing this gold down to kind of give me a guide of where to push this. I didn't announce anywhere that I was going to do a TikTok live today. I've been debating it the whole day. I was telling Gary, I was like, I should probably jump on and just kind of hang out just in case anyone needs help. But at the same point, I was like, I want to hang out and play, but I also have to really get a lot of stuff done. I have been going late the past few nights. Usually don't work late. We usually head straight to baseball and stuff. In the past few nights, it's been a lot later than I've wanted. I know. I'm surprised, like, well, if you only had a brush cleaner. This green is dying. I want to make sure I have a bit more green in there. I think this paint is trash. All right, make sure I don't have any white poking out. Yeah, man, I don't even, that's crazy. It's unfortunate how that whole the whole Social Security thing works. Well, just stay tuned because I know I'll have another giveaway with some Mr. Nola's Epoxy that I have to do this month. I have to figure out when we're going to do that. And whether it's going to be a TikTok live or it'll be based off of the YouTube channel. It's going to be either one. All right, you like this? Oh, look, there's a spot. Okay, I'm going to go put this paintbrush in a cup of water. That will not get clean. And then I need to get some epoxy mixed up. And then what I'll do is I'll mix the epoxy, I'll start at the end and I'll start coating this way, and then whatever's left in it, I will throw on here. I do have a YouTube, it's under Sippie Couture. I have a few more tutorials that I'm working on to put on there, and what I did the other day is one of the lives that I did, I went ahead and put on YouTube also. I know it was like 2 hours, a lot of stuff went down, but I feel like I did answer questions on there, and if that helps anyone, I figure that's better than nothing. So it isn't, you know, a full tutorial, but if it helps, then I figured why not. All right, need to get some epoxy poured and mixed up. And I'm going to be using Mr. Nola's Speed Dry Epoxy for this. I have to pour it right here on a level surface, so sorry if I'm a bit out of view for this. Okay. Get a few of these rolling. I'm really excited to see how this one came out. I'll bring it closer in a minute so you can see it. I don't know, that one's gonna be neat. That's my first kind of Northern Lights type sky one that I've done. Or that I've committed to finishing, I should probably say. Because I did glitter one before with the intentions of doing it, and then I just lost interest. I didn't love it, so I gave up. Okay, 1 second. I'm coming back with the epoxy. All right, get some of this set. I have to clean up today. This is horrible. The cup with the handle. This one is, that is from Hogg. It's a stainless steel depot tumbler. It's a 24-ounce curved Hoggle. All right, right, look at this one real quick. I'm super excited to see how this one comes out. I don't know if you can see kind of the reflection that's coming off of it. They have some foils that really has like this hollow look to it, so I put that over some of the other foils. Super abstract. Like, don't look at this thinking you're gonna see like a perfect night sky. It's definitely abstract, but I think I'm gonna love it. I love it. So far, I love it. Definitely helps that art is subjective too, because it's different. I love it. Part B, poured a little heavier than one again. Well, then part A, I should say. There we go. This is tough because I never ever mix my epoxy right here. I always mix it that way, out the way. Kind of have my work area right here set up a certain way. What is that on my cup? Right here where I'm standing is where I drop glitters. Like this is where all my glitter work happens. Down that way, that last set that's not being used, that's where final coats go, so I don't drop any glitters down in that section. It kind of stops about where that softball baseball is. No, actually the little unicorn opal on the side of that. That's the furthest point that I will drop glitter. And then behind where this camera is a mess. It's a complete mess. That's all where I do any type of paints. I mix epoxy and everything else in the world. All right, so I'm using Mr. Nola's Speed Dry Epoxy. This is a 2-part epoxy. You have to measure this by, let me get right here so you can see it. You have to measure this by volume, not by weight. One side, I'm not exactly sure, but I believe one side is a little heavier than the other. So if you measure it by weight, you're not going to get the right amount to mix. You have to do it by volume. So what I do, and this is a thick epoxy. A lot of people find that it's a little tough to work with. It is a really thick epoxy. So what I do is I get a cup of water and I set it in the microwave for about a minute, which makes it super hot. But by the time I'm done measuring my stuff, it's perfect. And then I put my cup in there and I kind of set this inside that little cup of water and I mix around and then I dump it into my other cup and then mix that again. The only thing I'll definitely warn you about that is that if you introduce any type of heat into your epoxy, such as like put it in kind of a warm bath to help mix, or a heat gun or torch, especially if it's the speed dry epoxy, any type of fast setting epoxy, it will want to cure quicker, so that work time you have will be a lot shorter. So just be cautious of that. There's a whole drop. I don't know if anyone follows Mr. Nola's Glitter, but I am a brand ambassador for them, and they just had a drop for sticky sheets, a bunch of Halloween themed sticky sheets. They're similar to printed vinyl and they are amazing. I have a coupon code for that. If you haven't tried Mr. Nola's before, it's a first time purchase coupon code, and that code is SC-Teresa. So SC-TERESA. I need to do a football one. I need to do a football tumbler. I keep putting it off. I really wanted to have the brown with the dots, but I haven't quite found today. I wanted to sit there and put 10 million dots on a cup. And I believe that's one of the sticky sheets that is on the list for Rachel to do. It's kind of a football textured look. It's so crazy because I've looked online and I've seen a ton of different things I could get to use that look, kind of have that football textured look, but I'm so picky. Like if it doesn't come out exactly how I want to in my head, I don't know, I won't quite go for it. And the ones that I've seen online, it isn't exactly what I have in mind. So I've been seriously putting this cup off forever. Ooh, I have one. Ash, I have a cheer/football cup. It would be perfect. It's more of a football themed cup, but you could seriously add some stuff into it. I'll have to show you. It's amazing. It's based off of one of the schools in our area. I'm in Mandeville, and it's perfect. I have it posted on Sippie Couture community. It's my Facebook group. I post some lives there, any coupon codes I get, any type of giveaways we'll do on the Sippie Couture community page. So check out that. You might have to go back a little bit or just pull up the photos. Or maybe it was a video that I loaded. But it's blue in the background, and it almost looks like has a scrapbook look to it. It's a few different layers of just overlapping vinyl. It came out so cute. Yeah, they just dropped a ton of sticky sheets. The prices of those change based on what you're looking for, what type they are, and then how they're printed. They have some special media that is a little higher, but there's some that start at like $5. All right, this should definitely be mixed now. I feel like I've been mixing forever. I don't. I don't. I need this epoxy. It's too much. Like, it costs too much. It's amazing. I can't let it go. Alright, so I'm going to be yelling at you guys from way over here, but I'm going to get this on the cup. And I don't use a ton. I just get a little on there. And then I'll go on to my next cup and coat the next one. And then I'll come back with the heat gun to make sure that everything is spread evenly. And then after that, I'll go back with a torch and make sure I don't have any bubbles. This epoxy is really good at just working out the bubbles. Let me show you real quick. I mean, you saw me mixing. I wasn't quite cautious with it, but that's not a lot of bubbles. The rest of the bubbles that are in here, they really do work themselves out. I always take my torch and I go through just peace of mind, but there have been a ton of times where I forgot to go back with my torch and I didn't have any issues. So we're going to get this on all of them. This teacher one that I'm about to do next with a little composition at the bottom, this I did on a live the other day, and if you're interested in this design, all of the little pieces to this design are available on Mr. Nola's website as a pack, and there's a discount code for that pack, and it is Teresa Teach. So TERESA TEACH. And in that pack it comes with this decal at the bottom, that sticky sheet that looks like a composition notebook. Comes with double-sided sticky tape, tack it, this yellow glitter that's called Moon Pie Junior, and then this tub glitter right here that's called Rachel Shebang. Kind of put this on so fast. Just get it all on here. I would say if you're new to using epoxy and mixing epoxy, do not scrape the inside of your cup. I know that I mix the hell out of my epoxy. And I'm not worried about inside of it not being mixed enough, so I go ahead and I scrape the inside of my cup to get it all out. And then I use my heat gun to get the rest out. So one of the things I do is that as I'm smoothing on my epoxy, if I have a lot and I can feel like it's going to be kind of pooling in one section, I'll take it and I'll move it. I'll move that epoxy to another cup. And you can feel it whenever you're smoothing it on if it's too much. Like you'll kind of feel the puddle running under your hand. Sorry, I cannot see comments right now, so if you guys are asking questions, give me a minute and I will scroll back and read. I'll read back. All right. One of the things about using a heat gun to help spread that epoxy is that you're really able to kind of thin it out and make sure you get good coverage, and as you're applying it, it's also working out all those bubbles. Make sure I go on the bottom. Let me get my torch real quick. Let me find it. Uh-oh, needs butane. Okay, sorry guys. All right. So I'm gonna go through, make sure my top and bottom is coated good. All right, I'm just running through this with a torch to make sure all these bubbles are out. And then I'm going to use what's in here. Didn't see the decal for this one. It's on one of the sheets. It's one of the sheets in the pack. Are you talking about the teacher one? You see a big old bubble in the bottom of this one. Alright, so this will go ahead and show you guys. If you have your tumblers going and you can see kind of a bubble kind of jumping up at the bottom, just scoop off. Use your heat gun to scoop off that extra epoxy and that will go through. Yay! Congrats, Kim! Yeah, so I did the decal today. I didn't do the decal during the live because it needed a layer of epoxy before I put that decal down. So I just did the decal today. But the decal is one of the sticky sheets from Mr. Nola's Glitter. It's a decal sticky sheet. It's printed on white backing. So you can put it over colored glitter and it will still show a lot of that color. All right, so that's what I'm going to do glitter on first. I'm just getting my epoxy on here, and I'm using what was in the bottom of that bucket so it doesn't go to waste. It wasn't a lot in there, but it was enough to go ahead and do the epoxy method. And that's usually how I do my epoxy method. I use whatever epoxy is left in my cup after I'm done setting some good coats, and that's what I will use. Okay. I didn't do the tape on that yet. Okay, so not even lying, this is what happened with that. So, and I didn't even use a decal that I said I was going to use, and I swear to you, this is exactly what happened. I woke up the next morning, well, after I got off the live, I was like, you know, let me just go ahead and set this real quick. So I took it to my little station over here. I set it with epoxy because I knew I needed to get that decal done in the morning so I could show you guys. And after I got to it in the morning, I took it off the turner and I went and I put my decal on it, and I didn't like how the decal was placed. It was too high up. I wanted it further away from the rim of the cup. Not even kidding. So I went to go peel up the decal, and since the layer of epoxy that I went put down was so thin, it pulled up the glitter and the layer of epoxy that was under that decal. So then I had to take my knife and cut really close to that and redo the whole top of it. Like, not even kidding. I was like that, because I wanted to be able to post a picture. I wanted to be able to post a picture so you guys could go see it and decide if you wanted to buy that pack. Didn't even happen. So mad at myself. So I seriously had to redo the top of that cup. Alright, so now I have some alcohol. I can't find my little alcohol thing. I'm going to put some alcohol on a little napkin, and I'm going to go around my tumblers and clean up the extra epoxy that fell at the bottom of my tumblers. This will just help in the process as you get done. Because since I don't do the bottom of my tumblers, this will help kind of keeping the bottom clean. So I go through and clean up any big drips, and it also smooths out the epoxy for me. I'm just cleaning up these big drips, making sure that bottom looks decent around those edges. If it doesn't, a lot of those will need another coat anyway, so the next day I work on them, I'll pull them off, sand them, really light sand, and then go again. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I mean, I probably should have just recorded that to be like, okay, look guys, I messed up. This is how we're gonna fix this. If you need to carve out some glittered epoxy. Oh, I was so mad. Was that the day you came over? Probably not, because I did that night. All right, I need to drop the glitter on this one. All right, so I have that glitter down, the epoxy down. I'm gonna have Bougie and West Bank Junior for Mr. Nola's glitter. West Bank Junior is going to go in the middle, and Bougie is going to go on the ends. So I'm going to take this off. Drop it at the bottom, then I'm going to angle up, that way the glitter can fall, and I know it's not a good angle to show you guys, but when I do the top part, you'll be able to see a lot better. Let's see if I can move. At least fit a little closer and help you guys. This might work. All right, so we did the bottom. I just dropped it in a circle, and then I turned it about that angle and dropped it at the top. And now I'm going to do the top. Do the same thing here. Drop it around that part and then angle it down. I'm going to do that top rim as it's rolling, that way it comes out a little better and I don't have this all over my hand. Now I'm going to drop a little more. That way the color kind of meets in the middle a bit more than what it does right now. Knock that off. And then we're going to drop on West Bank Junior. West Bank Junior is everything that I use from Mr. Knowles glitter. So West Bank Junior is a pearl glitter. It doesn't have any shine to it. It's just a really pure, pretty white. One of my go-to whites. So I dropped it straight in the middle on a line, and then I angled my cup down so it could fall. I'll do the same thing. There's no way for me to do this backwards. Alright, shake that off. And now I just need to go through and do the top. My lighting in here is horrible. Like, it's crazy because I feel like I have so much light in this room. I mean, it's really a bright room, but the minute it gets dark outside or the weather gets funky, it's like all my light disappears. It's crazy. Especially on these rainy days, there's so much like trees towards my backyard that if it's even gray, all that green and the trees will come through. All right, go around the top. Make sure that white doesn't tap on into this rose gold. This color's so pretty. It's a rose gold, but it almost has like flakes of almost champagne in it. I have my parchment paper. It was the day you came over. I oh no, struggle. I was a little off. Like I said, I think that was just because I tried so many new designs. I'll go through and make sure this is all laid down. That way you don't have an issue having to deal with any type of big chunks of glitter in my epoxy. I'll just get a nice, pretty, even coat. Thanks. It's really pretty. I mean, you can't go wrong with like rose gold and just a perfect white. Even more that I love together is rose gold and ivory. That is a flawless color combo. One of those cups where the listing picture is white, so I cannot use ivory. All right, I'm gonna get this one out of the way. Look at this color, guys. This is my first time using this one. This is Midnight Revival by Mr. Knowles Glitter. I don't know if you can tell, but it has like, I don't know if you can see the different colors that come off it, but it has like flakes of green, orange, blue, like a teal. It's so, so pretty. I don't know if you can see that. It's really, really pretty. I applied this epoxy method. I put, well, different. I put the glitter into the epoxy, and then I just put it on. The rose gold, it is gorgeous. The rose gold was Bougie. Oh, this label's small. It's Bougie from Mr. Knowles Glitter. once again, one of my favorite rose golds. That one and Erin Rose. Erin Rose has like an opal to it. It's really pretty. All right, got to get more epoxy mixed up. I have to do 2 more with color. And this one gets epoxy. I'm really excited. I'll move that one closer. You know what? I'll do that. I'll do that one now. Because I have a feeling once epoxy hits that, it's going to be amazing. I don't even have to do that right now. Put it right here. You can see right here better. All right, let me get some more epoxy poured. All right, a few more seconds. All right, we're gonna get this mixed up. Got my alcohol. That's okay. Gotta see what happened. Thanks. Oh my gosh, that green going on was a mess. It's actually kind of funny to say that because I did that green and I was thinking, oh, that looks horrible. People are gonna look at it and be like, what is she thinking? Like, how does she think that looks good? That's just a base paint for my glitters though, so I'm not stressing over it. Just to kind of help give those colors a bit more of a base. All right. Once again, the white. The part A. It's like one of those times where I'm trying to like rush so I don't have you guys just waiting like, where'd she go? All right. Well, I'm sorry, that masculine's gonna get taken away. It's getting glitter. I can make sets of 2. Get this poured out, mixed up. That's another thing. This whole week I have been pouring too much epoxy. Like I've been mixing too much. Probably about 3 different times I had too much epoxy mixed, and I don't know, I just didn't mean to. Thanks. It's a mess. This whole other side, like what's behind this camera that you're seeing right now, y'all are going to see this other side in a minute. It is going to be, oh no, it's going to be a mess. I do, but not really in the final coat. So what I do is before I do my epoxy, I will, before I do any type of epoxy, it will either get painted and then it doesn't get touched until I put the epoxy on, or if it's something where I have to sand it, I'll take it over to my kitchen, well, I'll take it out to the garage and I'll sand it with like a 60 grit sanding sponge. And then I'll take it to my kitchen sink and I have a wet, kind of like a wet sandpaper. I think it's like Imperial wet or dry sandpaper, I'm not sure the grit. But I will sand it down with some water. And then I have my scrub brush and I scrub it with Dawn dish soap and rinse it really good with water. And then I dry it with just a kitchen towel. And I don't know, I guess my towels just don't have lint or something, but I will dry it with a kitchen towel and then I don't touch the outside of my tumbler from there. I carry it from the inside of my tumbler over to this area, I put it on the arm, and then I set it right away. I don't let it sit. I set it as close to immediately as possible. If I vacuum that day, then I'll get some lint in it. And there's times where my kids are just, I don't know, they have issues. Where they will just completely come running through the house and that would do it. But for the most part, I don't really have a ton of lint that gets on my tumblers. Which is crazy considering the amount of space that I work in. I mean, this back room is huge. You would think at some point stuff is flying around. We actually call it a no dust day. And my kids will ask ahead of time if they're home. They're like, is it a no dust day? And I'm like, yes, it is. Hey, Briston. How you doing, girl? I was so excited when I caught a little of your live the other day. If this is a Briston I'm thinking of. I mean, I've only come across one Briston, so I think you should be the same one. If it is, I came across your live the other day. So for that yellow and purple one, I did it's a peekaboo method. I put down my yellow paint, well, white spray paint, yellow glitter. Then I put epoxy on that. After that was set, like cured, I put on my stripes. And then I did purple spray paint, purple glitter, purple spray paint, epoxy, purple glitter. And then when that cured, I sprayed it with clear spray paint, then removed my decals. Oh girl, I get nervous doing lives too. Like, every time before I go on a live, I'm like, whew, okay, breathe, function, let's go. I'm trying to kind of get over myself though. Like, knowing that I can help people, it was what really makes this better. It makes it worth it for me. So as long as I'm like, okay, let's go help people, it comes out better. But I don't know, I get in my head. I'm so excited about this one, guys. You know what, let's do this black part first. Just in case any of those foils, I didn't even spray that. My first time doing one with a little tree line. Well, not first time. I did one before and I didn't like it, so I don't count it. Thanks. Oh yeah, that would be good. I did a really cool one. I actually showed it to Miss Cat the other day. And it had this map at the top. I forgot the name of the off-road vehicles. Explorer? Something Explorer, I can't think of the name of it. And it looked really cool. But it was a guy's tumbler, so it had like a map in the background. I used some patina paste to do like a dirt look at the bottom. That one came out really neat. All right, I want this one to come out good. Where's my torch? Thanks. It's super abstract. Like as far as like a standard Northern Lights, it doesn't look like kind of a standard thing. It's I used some foils and it came out with this really neat kind of effect to it. think after seeing how the bottom of this comes together, this isn't going to be the end result. I need something else in this bottom part. So I'll go back after this cures and come up with a plan to finish it off, I think. I gotta figure out I'm gonna do the bottom because I don't love it. I don't love the bottom part. Not the way, I don't know, something's off. The Bass Neon Glitters, I'm always gonna say Mr. Knowles Glitter. I love those people, I love the place, everything's amazing. They have, what is it? Oh, what collection was it? Pride? I think it's called the Pride collection that they came out. Is it Pride or the Drag Queen collection? I'll have to check. There's a few that came out really close to each other, and they have some great neons in there. There's some that are like really fine, and then some really pretty chunky ones. I have to think what the name of the collections were. I feel like one was Pride, and I'm not sure if the other one was like Drag Queen or something. I'll have to think about that. I know I have it over there. I can probably pull it out and show it to you in a minute because I have to get to that side of my room. I don't like the way this is spinning. Alright, I'm just kind of getting this epoxy on here a little funky. For this one, this green and gold one, this is going to have a lot of glitters on it, so it works out if there's a bit extra epoxy on there. Wait till you see the purple that's going on this one. It's so pretty. I took a few of my favorite glitters from Mr. Knowles, and I put, I did like a custom mix. It is perfect. All right, I want to make sure this handle is really good and I have everywhere, because it is not fun to come back and notice a spot missing on a handle. There's so much more I was going to show you guys today, and I just realized my kids will be home in a bit. So I'll do as much as we can until they get in and start making noise. They have a ton of plans tonight already. The oldest just started high school, and there's something at a school that's it's like introducing the team. I don't know if they have a scrimmage or something, but something with football that he's excited to go to. And of course the other ones are like, can we go? It never bugs me, so why not? All right, I'm gonna take the palm of my hand and I'm going to give this top of this tumbler kind of this matte texture. This tumbler right here is from let's see, Hogg. It's Hogg. It's a 24 ounce Hoggle, I think it's called. I'm in Mandeville too, James. I'm in Mandeville also. I'm off of 59. It's the Lakeshore thing that they all want to go to tonight, the Titans thing. You can order on Etsy, or if you get on Facebook, you can find me on Facebook. You can go to either Sippie Couture or Teresa Barber, And just let me know what you want through there. I mean, we can do, on Etsy, it doesn't give you the option for local pickup. So you can just order straight from me. That way it doesn't have to get shipped and all that crazy mess. And I'm always out running errands. Like, I get my work done, I run errands, I'm always in circles anyway, so I can just sweep somewhere. Alright, where's my purple? Look how pretty this is, guys. You'll see it when it gets on the cup. This is Louisiana Lace, Egret, Athena, and King Cake, all mixed together. In one really happy, pretty little combo. Alright, whenever I'm working with the chunky glitter, I dump some out first. That way, any big chunks that have kind of settled get dropped out, and then it kind of remixes everything else. And whenever I'm dropping glitter on these, I have it so that my glitter stops right here. Like where I'm dropping it, I try to aim right here for the last place that my glitter falls, so it will kind of waterfall up to the top. I know it's super hard to see on that angle. Whenever I turn it, you'll be able to see it, but that's about where I'm starting, where I'm stopping this, kind of dropping this, is right where that curve starts. All right, and then drop it down. How pretty that color is. So pretty. Hey Gary, can you turn the air on, please? Yes. All right. A few spots where it didn't completely hit the way I wanted. It is so pretty. Thanks, Briston. It's really, really pretty. The colors that I used are flawless colors on their own. And when I was playing around one day, I was like, oh my goodness, these colors mixed together would be like the perfect gorgeous little mix. It's like a little lavender opal. Jump back in here. I feel like I need to double check this listing photo because this was an Etsy order. Because I know I had white at the top, and like, did I have... Let me check this. Hold on, guys. You can stare at the cup for a minute. I need to double check this because I wonder if I pulled the right white. Yes, it did. There's another white that I like to use called Garden District, and it is so pretty with this mix. And I know I did one like that before, and for a second there I wasn't sure which one was on the listing photo. I don't want to make it somewhat off and have someone be mad at me that it doesn't look like the picture they ordered from. Alright, get my handle first so I don't miss that. Okay. That takes care of purple. I'm going to let this spin, and then I'll go through with my parchment paper and lay down that chunky glitter because I do not want to fight with that later. Thank you, Kim. I don't know if I said thank you or not. I forgot if I said thank you, so if I haven't, thank you. Alright, parchment paper is really easy to use to lay down glitter. That way you're not fighting with that chunky. If you're patting down your glitter and laying it down, and there's spots where a big chunk of glitter got stuck to your parchment paper, that's because you tapped on a spot where the glitter soaked through, the epoxy soaked through the glitter. And all you have to do then is just drop on more glitter. You didn't ruin anything. Don't be worried about that. You just need to drop down a little more glitter. All right, I gotta get the epoxy off my hand. I'm a little sticky. And then we're gonna go in with our greens and golds. So whenever I do this, I like to start with my chunkiest, do my chunky gold first, so I kind of know where I want that chunky to go. Get it spinning the way that I can function. Dump out some of your chunky, that way you're not fighting with it. And I'm just gonna lay it down. Just kind of lay it down in sections. And this doesn't have to be perfect right now, it's just a rough idea of where you want that glitter to go. Just lay the gold on the gold. Let me get my handle also, while it's right here. This gold is Golden Lantern from Mr. Nola's Glitter. I do have a ton going on. This is normal. Like it's a lot, but this is exactly how I operate. Like this is every day, I kind of do them in stages. Like I'll go through and I'll do all glitter one day. The next day they will all get the coat of epoxy that follows the glitter. After that is sand and decal. So I'm doing maybe 12 or 13 cups for that 1 week. So this is a thinner glitter that I mixed the other day on TikTok. I don't know what's in it. Yeah, I don't know what's in it. But it's a really pretty gold. Like gold opal mix. Let me see what's in there. It is possibly gold mine, Cordelia. What white would I have grabbed that day? You know what? Probably Rachel Shebang, because I've been on a kick of that. It's possible that is kind of the opal that's in here. I need to get another gold because it needs to be a little punchier than that, so I'm gonna grab gold mine. I'm gonna line that really close to it and drop gold mine kind of inside those colors. Like some of it will have gold mine on the edge and some of it, the gold mine will be mixed up in there. Let me do the other side of this handle. It's spinning in one direction for me. Okay, go the other way. Am I the only one on here that's kind of weird about the way your tumblers turn? Like I need them all turning a certain way. Oh my goodness, mine too. And is it out of stock? I'm not sure if it's out of stock or discontinued, but that is one that I have a few. There's a few glitters that I 100% keep stashed. All right, good, I'm happy I'm not alone with that because I get kind of weird about the way it's turning. I have a sticky spot down here, so I'm gonna put this, let's let this stick and get another sheet of paper. All right, I'm gonna drop out some of this green. This is Emerald. It's from the Birthstone series, and it has a lot of chunky in it, so I'm dumping out some of that chunky first so I don't get too much. Like you see how that chunky always wants to come out first? It ends up working out with some of the other glitters I put on there, but it's kind of, it gets me for a minute. I'm going to make sure that's chunky down, and then we're going to switch the side of the shaper we have open. All right, so we're going to fill some of it in. And we're going to use this and get right down into some of that glitter. gonna switch to another one. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I missed that question. So I was saying the other day, I need someone to just be here and read the questions and answer them for me. Yeah, I had a different gold colors that I used, and I just put that down. This one is Muffalata, also from Mr. Knowles Glitter. Kind of doing the same thing as putting this down in streaks. And then I'll switch to the next green. My husband made them. Kind of came home one day when I had a whole mess of stuff going on. This is really pretty. This is West Bank, Best Bank. It has like shards almost of glitter through here, and it's so pretty. Like, it gives a really different sparkle. So I'm lining this right along the gold and the green, like right where that meets. I know this is kind of a hot mess right now. The end result, because I'll do a really pretty shiplap, and then the back, I don't know if I did any paint on the back of this. I kind of don't think I did, but I feel like I might have to reach out to the lady and say, hey, I realized this after the fact, but it needs something. Just so that you can see all the words better. Can y'all see this glitter? How it's like, if you can see it, it's like little shards. It is really pretty. Alright. I have a few spots where you can still see the paint under it, and that's going to be where more gold has to go. Thanks. Alright, this is Boogaloo. I'm going to make sure inside of that green that you can't see any of the tumbler right there. I think that's pretty much it for that green. And then I'll go with the gold and kind of brighten some of that up, and then lay this down, and that will be it for this part. I'm going with Gold Lantern again. Oh, be careful what you wish for. It is work. I mean, I love it. This is full-time for me, but oh my goodness. It is work. I mean, definitely better than going and working somewhere, so not at all complaining. Alright, I don't want to knock that off too much because I don't want that green to come down. Alright, get my parchment paper. Oh, I need a new piece. Okay. And lay it all down. Oh, I got stuck. Definitely want to take a minute, really get to all these chunky bits, lay them down so you're not struggling with it. And see, this is where I said, you know, all those paints, it kind of looks a little funky. It's weird to all lay in there, but it's just kind of a guide. It's telling me where I want those colors to go. And that way, whenever you look at your colors, you get a bit more depth. You get a lot more depth if you have a base coat of the same color for your glitter. Okay. Done with that. I gotta get this glitter off me. Alright, and I have to work on this mess on the other side. goodness. Guys, y'all have to see this mess. It's like this side looks decent. The other side is like, what did you do? I gotta take a minute and clean some of this up before I go on to the next bit, guys. For advertising, so we're on Etsy, and they really do a lot of the advertising for us. Let me turn this camera around, because I need to be on the other side. At least I can still talk to you guys, because next I have this one. I did the dirty pour in it the other day, and I'm going to clean this off, because under this is like a really pretty Halloween themed glitter, and I'm super excited to get this kind of geode going. For advertising, I don't really have a lot of tips for that. Social media. That's pretty much the only thing. Social media, and then instant gratification. These tumblers, no one needs a $50 tumbler or however much they're paying. Look at this, guys. Look at that mess. No one needs to spend that much on a tumbler. They see it, they want it, they have to have it. And the quicker you can go from them wanting it to in their hands where they tell a friend about it, the more sales you're going to get. So the only thing I can really say about that is post on social media, deliver an amazing product as quick as you can. Like, as quick as you can. And I feel like that would do itself. Like, that would do all the work. You don't even have to market up to that point. Once you get something out to someone and it's a great product and you get it quick, they're so excited, they're doing the marketing for you. It's hard. It is difficult, man. I told Gary several times today, like, I'm done. Like, social media is so much work. Like a ton of work. I love it, but man, I have to figure out how to balance. Like, don't ask me how to balance things, because I can't help you there. Like, if you want advice on how to how to do everything, I have no idea, because I'm pretty sure I'm not cooking dinner tonight. Actually, I know I'm not cooking dinner tonight, because I said it earlier. All right, let me get a little of this cleaned up, and then the two things we're going to do is I'm going to geode this guy that I'm really, really excited about. I want to get this one done. It's been sitting here for a few years. Like, it's been sitting there so long that I moved it to my kitchen, and I was like, you know what, we're just going to own this cup now. So we've used this. Actually, my friend Ashley used this for Halloween, I think 2 years ago. She came over, and she was like, I need a cup. What was it? Did she use it here? Maybe Gary took it last year. I don't know. I know Ashley used it for something. And then Gary used it for something else he did. I think we were walking around the neighborhood. And he took it with him. So it's not being sold. Cannot sell this cup. I'll have to make another one. And when I do, it's going to happen on a skinny tumbler. Hey, hey. Okay, so who are you telling me hi? Alicia, hi! Look, I said that and I didn't even read the whole thing. What's up, girl? Thanks for telling me who you are. Change your name. Your thing says TikToker. You gotta change your name, girl. I gotta be able to know who you are. Sippie. That's so funny. Like, I definitely don't mind. It's funny that everybody just calls me Sippie now. Well, not everybody. Like, the NOLA group. Everybody in the NOLA group is like, hey, Sippie. I need to get stuff out of the way before we start, because this will get messy. All my paint brushes that Miss Cat can come clean for me. I should like that. Oh, it messed up the names. Just not working. I know, right? Look, Miss Cat, I have paint brushes that you can come clean. If only I had a little swisher. Alright, I don't know if you can see these opening up. These are how I have my glitters. I have this big shelf that I got from Sam's. And it has like a bunch of drawers in it. So here are like glitters from when I first started, like subscription package, like the small ones they give you. So I have those. And then all of these are pretty much Mr. NOLA glitter glitters. And then I have them by color. So we have like, there's a drawer right there. It goes whites, blues, dark blues, teals, greens, purple, pink, more pink, orange, where's reds? Oh, down more. Oranges, rose golds, reds, yellows, gold, black. And it's 2 carts. Guys, these things were not a lot of money. Maybe $600 or so. And it holds so many glitter. Like, I don't know how many I have, but I have one whole row that goes straight across. And then I have like another mini one. You can see it right there. Right there. And it has like some dip paints right there, and then suntan lotion. Because you go through that door right there in our backyard, and we have a pool, and all the kids are always in there. So I have my cups in this one. I know you guys aren't asking all this, but while I put it away, I might as well explain, see if that helps. A lot of the times I don't realize something can be helpful until I'm doing it. Oh, look, in this drawer is paints. Can you see that? It's like the second drawer down, so I have all my white glitters in this one. This is like random stuff. And then this is paint. Under that is just a drawer of like stuff that I may be using. Sorry, I'm moving y'all in circles. All right, this cup is so good. I have a camel I want to do one day, so I'm keeping that out so I don't forget. And I know y'all aren't here to help me, or watch me clean up, but it is a lot. Yes, that's probably what it is. That's exactly what it is. Where I get what from, the glitters. All of my glitters are from Mr. Knoll's Glitter. These big workbenches, I got this at Sam's. So for the top, and this is something that I'm very proud of that I did not come up with on my own. My friend told me. She was over one day and I was doing some stuff up here and I made the biggest mess and I started wiping it with alcohol, and she was like, why don't you just put clear contact paper over this? So this right here, and I don't want to peel it up. You can possibly see it right here where it's starting to lift. I have a layer of clear contact paper over here. So I will do all of my work, and after this gets too messy, I will just peel this up. I did a TikTok on it, on cleaning up my whole workspace, and that was one of the tips that I put on there, is having, putting down clear contact paper over this so that you can make a mess of paints and inks and everything, and then when you peel it up, it's still a new surface. All right, put my yellow away. Oh, this is something else. Okay, so the dirty pour I did the other day was over this. I don't know if you guys remember this, for anyone on here watching it. I didn't like the way the leaves came out, so I wiped it all off. It just didn't feel right. Like, something was off. It didn't feel right. It couldn't happen. That shouldn't be in there. All right. We're going to go through, and I think we're going to start geoding this one. Do I put these leaves on? Maybe later. All right, yeah, I'll do that one later. That way I can show you. Need more acetone. Hi, Bridget. Thanks. All right, I need to fill up this acetone real quick. I have to sit on the floor and do this. I'm going to sit on the floor and do this because that's where I always pour it, and I know how to do that, so I'm going to get on the floor and do this. Sorry guys, I know that's not the easiest way to show you, but I mean, pouring from that big old gallon of acetone, if I don't do it the way that I normally do it, I would have a mess, and I don't feel like wiping acetone in a big old circle until it evaporates. Which is crazy because these floors in here, they're, I don't know what type of wood, obviously not real wood, but I've spilled acetone on that one section. I don't even know how many times, and look how shiny it still is. Ooh, right there. Like, it's still all pretty. It's perfect. A geode. Ooh, okay, so two different ways that people do a geode. One is like this, where they paint them on in sections, and the other one is like this, where you wipe the paint away. So two different type of geodes, just depends on which type you want. I'm going to make this one look like this. Oh, it's so easy. Okay, so you're gonna do this geode. It's so easy. It's just, oh man, just drop them. Are you gonna do like fall colors? Hopefully I have enough in here. That should be enough tissues. Okay, I'm gonna use gloves. I never use gloves for this part because acetone just eats through these gloves, but this black paint is gonna be messy. All right, and then we might have to get a little personal right here. Yes, let me, look, I'll take this down and I'll show you real quick. Okay. So this is how I have it set up. I'm stuck. My charger is doing something weird. Okay. Okay, that's how I have this kind of set up. So how this works, this workbench, it has, sorry guys, hope I'm not making y'all dizzy. So it has 3 drawers right here. So we have a drawer here. This was a drawer, but I took it out. Like these little guys are still here, but I left that drawer out because the shakers that I use are maybe 5-inch shakers, and I like for them to stand up. So this way I can close this drawer and it will actually close. If that other drawer was right there, it wouldn't be able to. Those shakers won't fit. So I left this out. I left that drawer out. Right here, they have this little thicker drawer that perfectly fits these craft paints. And then this big drawer, but it's just a big open bucket drawer. Like there's random stuff in here, like a ton of random stuff. It's deep. It's a fairly deep drawer. This UV resin is standing up straight in here. But this is where I have like a ton of random things that I think I may use, but turns out I'm not using it. For this part right here, they have 2 doors, doors that pull open. I have those taken out. I didn't put those in, I left those out. I kept the shelf in right here, but I didn't put the doors on because whenever I have my boxes and I sit down for packaging, I sit right here on the floor, and I have like, these are the boxes for like 2 tumblers. This is a box for like 1 regular tumbler, and then I need to refill that right there, but that is my skinny box tumblers. Paints in there. Yeah, I put paints in this one. And then this is something that my husband built for me. It has my packing, my tissue paper that I sit here, and whenever I wrap up my packaging stuff, these are straws. That's what I have on this shelf. 20-ounce straws, skinny straws, and then 30-ounce, like the big boy straws are in that one. And then I just have right here like little stickers, thank you stickers, business cards, and whatever else might have to go in those boxes. So if I'm doing 2 curved tumblers that have to mail out, 2 curved tumblers will fit in a 12-9-4. So I'll use this for 2 tumblers that maybe if they have a handle or if they're curved, it goes in here. For 1 regular cup, a skinny, a 30-ounce, 30-ounce curved, up to a 30-ounce curved will fit in a 10-5-5. And this I use this for pretty much every size. This is like the standard one I use, is this one, is a 10-5-5. The 30-ounce skinnies will not fit in a 10-5-5. So for those I use 4-4-12. And this will take skinny tumblers, the 30-ounce skinny tumblers, Hydro Sport, or any of those Hydro flasks. And what else fits in here? I think that's pretty much all that I use. Anything like with that 30-ounce size to it. And this whole workbench is from Sam's. I have the other workbench right there. I left the doors off right there on that part, and that's on that. It's weird. I'm pointing like at my stuff, at my straws to show you this. This part right here, those are all lids. Those boxes at the bottom say like 30-ounce skinny, 30-ounce curved, 20-ounce curved, and those are the extra lids that I take off. Oh, I see my husband answering questions on there. Thanks, babe. All right. They also have, that is a small one. Sorry, guys, excuse the mess. Like, it is a mess over there. That's a smaller one that they have. Whoop, right there. That's a smaller one that they have. And the same thing, I left their drawers out in those two sections. I could probably put those in for one of those and hold a little more stuff, but that is just a smaller setup that they had. And I'm not quite sure what my husband will say when he finds out that I'm going to be asking for another one of these to put down the road. Huh? No problem. Yay, he said yes. He said yes. All right, so for this one, I have acetone and dry baby wipes, and we're going to remove the paints and give it kind of this really fun distressed type look. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope that helps. And that's one of the things where I was always saying I do a lot of stuff. I feel like I do a lot of random stuff, but whenever I say something and someone's like, that's a good idea, I didn't think about that. I'm like, well, I guess I could have said that to someone. Like, that could have helped. All right, I got to figure out how to show this to you, because this might be a little tough to video. Oh, thanks. Yay. That really makes me happy. Crafty Oma? Am I saying that right? Thanks. I try, man. I just try to be helpful. So if I'm doing that, then that's good enough for me. I need to put this cup on a sponge. I have my little honeycomb inserts from Dino's. These are perfect for these 30 ounce. You just gotta cram them in there. And like I said, I do not do this part with gloves, but actually we're not doing anything this weekend, are we? We're not doing anything this weekend. I might just let my hands get full of paint, because the acetone is going to eat through my gloves anyway. For 5 years. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so Pirate Ship. I mail everything through Pirate Ship. They have really good rates. Just your regular postman can pick it up. So that's how those go. All right, we're going to go ahead and geode this beauty. I'm excited about this. I have this on here. That way because at a certain point you don't want to touch it. So we'll do that. 3 years. Oh, good. All right, so I have paint on here, dirty poured. What I did, I might have to pull you guys in closer to see this. Let me push in a little closer. It's tough because I need to push on closer, but I still need to be able to see comments, so if it takes me a minute. All right, so what I did is I put down glitter. I epoxy till smooth. And then I dirty poured some blacks and silvers. Wait. Glitter, epoxy till smooth, spray paint silver, and then dirty poured. Make sure I say that right. I spray painted silver, and then I did a dirty pour. That way it could kind of give like a really fun effect through the paints. So now what I'm doing is I have dry baby wipes and some acetone, and I'm going to go through and wipe off the paints. I put my decal on first because I don't want this glitter. I don't want the paint to be wiped around and have this get lost. If this is on more of a solid background, it's going to stand out more. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this down. Yes, Miss Cat, it is. This is a black one that made a mess everywhere. All right, so I have that here, and this is how I do these, because it has kind of the look of the paint kind of dropping down. So I go up around the top of the decal, and then I drop one part down right here. I need more room. And then I'm going to take this, and like it stops right there, so I'm going to jump over a little more and take that part away. And then I'm just kind of getting a base of where I want this all to go. So now that I know how far that's going to go, I'm going to jump a little more and drop it down. Yes, there's a Mardi Gras cut that I did, and it's on YouTube. And what is it called? Mardi Gras. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's on YouTube. It has a Mardi Gras design. I will look it up and let you know. Or if Gary reads it and lets me know. Hey, so you see how I have these spots? We're going to connect this with a line later. Right now, I'm just kind of getting the layout. I bring this all the way down to the bottom, and then we start going back up. And this is where using, I love to use a baby wipe. I did a TikTok on using dry baby wipe for this. And this is the method that I was talking about for using these baby wipes. Because it stays, like it doesn't break apart. It holds the acetone for a long time. And it's soaking up the paint that we're taking off, so it isn't like using, I gotta take off my ring. It isn't like using, you know, a coffee filter where it's going to keep mushing the paints everywhere. I don't think I did. You're gonna be who when you grow up? Not me. All right, and then we're gonna go around the top and remove this paint from the top. And like I said, we're just getting an outline. We're just getting a rough idea. And like I said, gloves would be great, but this acetone just works. It eats up gloves. If anyone knows gloves that acetone does not eat through, share. Like, please, please feel free to tell me. Ooh, look, we hit a spot of orange. Yes, I gave a ton of cups away. I gave a ton of cups away, or I gave them away at like just a really low price, just to kind of help spread the word. It kind of worked out great for me because the time that I started was right around the time that my boys started travel ball. And the really good thing was that I knew so many people. It was really easy for them to see something and then want it. So I really stayed around kind of the theme of baseball and stuff and really kind of focused on that, you know, getting it out in there in that field. Heavy kitchen gloves, they do? Okay, need some. All right, so we're going still, we're gonna, I usually do this with the cup sitting on my knee, like not rolling around my thing. I usually do it sitting on my knee, but I'm not sure how to film that for you guys where you can still see what I'm doing. So I don't like laying this on my desk. Like I would much rather have this on my knee because I wouldn't be scratching up anything. Let me see if I could try it. All right, guys, bear with me for a moment. I'm gonna try to find a way that I can still work on this without messing it up, but also show you how to do it. Like I almost need you looking over my shoulder, but I don't quite know how to make that happen from right here. Huh? I can't hear you. A towel for my table? I don't think a towel will work. It's the way that I have the camera set up that needs to change. Alright guys, sorry. Are you on TikTok, Gary? Is this, oh, can you see anything? This one where I just moved it to? Alright, can you guys see this? I can probably sit at my desk and have like, okay. All right, this is a good angle. We're gonna keep this. All right, so we're making some parts bigger. This is going to be a complete mess. Like until you start to pull it together, it's a complete mess. So just kind of work through what you're doing. Then I'm going to go through and make that side bigger, that side bigger, and up and down, like I'm moving it up and down. We better not have any plans this weekend because I'm going to be going out there with nasty, nasty looking hands. Like, they'll be like, ma'am, what did you do? You nasty. Oh my goodness. Okay, so look, Miss Cat, I found a bone. I have some little bones through here, and we were making a joke, and I was like, I need to make sure that when I come across a bone, I expose the full bone. I need to make sure like just the bottom half of that bone isn't sticking out because I don't need people shutting down my TikTok for stuff. But I was like, oh my gosh, I need to make sure like that whole bone gets shown. So I found it. Yay! All right, so I have this and kind of going down in this way. So now I'm gonna work on in between what this is gonna look like. So I want this to be exposed all towards the bottom. So what I'll do is I'm gonna do that same method, but I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna inch it up. So go up here, go up on this one. It kind of works out cool with doing that spray paint first because it has a really neat silver lining through it. What I should have done that I just thought of is take, too late now, so I'll just be careful. But what I would do is if I have this decal on first, take a piece of clear contact paper and put it over this. That way this doesn't get full of paint. I will just be careful though. I'm gonna keep rubbing this paint away. And I'm just I'm going down in a V, then up. So I'm going up towards the design, but I don't want to hit the other areas where the paint is rubbed off. So once it goes up right there, I'm going to start, see how this goes even? I'm going to start bringing it back down. I mean, and look, I've been using this thing for a while and it isn't even ripping apart. I mean, I couldn't really expect it to hold all the paint coming off and not get on my hands. That would be silly, but it hasn't. I mean, I've been wiping the heck out of it and it isn't ripping apart yet. I am gonna have to switch it soon. I need this to go up to that part and then back down. Oh no. Just got on that spooky part. Yay, I found another bone. It's like a little treasure hunt. There's actually 2 of them right there, so I need to make sure both of those are showing. These are just Sam's brand baby wipes. Better than Sam's or the Costco brand baby wipes. Those are the best. These, the way that they're made, I don't know, they give a little more fuzz. Those Costco ones never gave any fuzz at all. But I'm out. We had a ton of baby wipes from when the boys were little. We have 4 boys and we had baby wipes everywhere. And now we're out, so I'm going to the Costco boxes we had. We are definitely a buy in bulk family, so there's so much stuff that we just wouldn't run out of. They're dried, yes. Either they're packages of wipes that I left open, or now that my boys are grown, I just threw them in the dryer to dry them out, and then I shove them in an empty tissue box, and that stores it. It's getting a little low. All right, we're going to keep wiping this paint. And you can see where it's kind of starting to take shape. I like to see a lot of the glitter. Part of this design that makes it so pretty is seeing a ton of glitter, because that is really the star of this tumbler. So a lot more glitter will be exposed than this. Just kind of a starting point right here of knowing what to wipe away and where to expand on those lines. But once I start to get this done, I'll wipe this whole thing in alcohol and it will really show kind of how this design is. I want to make sure I cut up in the corner around this decal, but without hitting it. I think it's okay if I hit the black, because I put this in an outline of black. It's okay if I hit that, but I'm thinking that if I get some of this this paint into like the textured vinyl, it'll be a mess. Oh, it definitely does, because those paper towels rip apart. They don't hold the acetone that long. They evaporate and then they rip apart when you're still trying to work through them. Like the acetone just eats through it. These, they have a lot of give to it. And I don't know, it works. Please don't come after me, people. Like, if there's a baby wipe shortage, I promise I will stop using baby wipes. I promise. Like, I promise. I want people to be able to wipe their kids. I promise. Till then, please don't come after me. Like, I understand. I understand how everything works enough. I want this to come up a little more. See how little decals coming out? The paint that I'm using is dark paint. It's called Black 3.0. The blackest black paint is what it's advertised, and I'm telling you, it is black. So once epoxy hits on this, it'll look really cool. Definitely still needs to be cleaned up a lot, and not a lot, like a lot. So keep working. Where will you be able to see it? I can probably post it. I know I'll end up jumping on TikTok in a few days, so I'll show it on there. The Sippie Couture community Facebook group is where I post a lot of designs that I have done, so I can help and do lives and TikToks, or on my Sippie Couture business page. I'll definitely be putting some of these on there, especially with stuff coming up, to get designs out. My hands. My hand. Yeah, they would have to. I'm just trying to help. I don't know. I'm trying to help. I'm not trying to cause a baby wipe shortage. I'm just trying to help. I don't know. People get on people for stuff, and I don't ever want to be in trouble, so I know I'll stop if it's an issue. If I were to just use all acrylic paints, all you really need is rubbing alcohol, and you could really get a cool distressed look from this. I have this layer of spray paint under here, which is why I'm having to go a little more aggressive. The black is wiping off great. It's where it's hitting the silver that I really have to work hard to get that off. So just something to think about if you do kind of a dirty pour geode type thing. Acrylic paints wipe away super, super easy. Sometimes you don't even have to use alcohol. You could just use a regular wet baby wipe and it comes off easy. Gotta go up into here. Kind of hindsight of this, I'm kind of wondering if I should have even put silver in this dirty pour paint layer. I'm halfway wishing I wouldn't have. I mean, I think it will look cool once it's done. Or maybe I'll just take paint and kind of wipe the black through. I don't know. I'll see how it looks. Oh no. Yes, it'll be posted. And again, all the glitters that I use for everything, just remind you guys, if you're a new customer and you want to try out Mr. Nola glitter products, their coupon code for me is SC Teresa, SC-TERESA, and that will give you 15% off your first purchase through Mr. Nola's glitter. Oh, I found another bone. It's like a little trick or treat. It's online. I think if you were to go in store, just tell someone at the register that you want to use that and they can plug that in, or you can always purchase online and pick up in store. They're Halloween sticky sheets. The live, anybody on here, do you guys follow me on Sippie Couture community? Every Wednesday I do a live, and I need to figure out what next week's live is going to be. If we want to go ahead and transition to Halloween, if you want to see something fall. I have some Christmas sheets. I'm like ready to, I don't like Halloween, so I'm ready to like skip Halloween and move on to Christmas. But if there's a tutorial or you want something you want help with, let me know, because I need to start planning out next Wednesday's live. And I know a few people like to follow along, so part of that is also kind of getting a list together so you guys can know what to go get or pull if you already have it. And that's every Wednesday. So every Wednesday I do that at 7 p.m. Central, but I'm thinking about moving it back just a little to almost 8 o'clock. I know that 7 p.m. some people just getting home from work, it's kind of a tough turnaround. And I noticed that last week a lot of people were just jumping on as I was finishing up. I really felt bad because they're like, oh man, I missed the whole thing. So I'm thinking about scooting that time back just a little bit to, you know, kind of accommodate for everybody just getting off work or not having to rush. And that's going to be on the Sippie Couture page, and it will be shared in Mr. Nola's Glitter. So we'll be using all of their products. I'm going to pull this down a little more. I want it to really kind of accent this this decal. All right, I'm going to switch to rubbing alcohol. What was that? Geode is just how I've always called it, but there's two types of ways to do a geode. My hands are so nasty. There's two types of ways to do a geode. One is kind of wiping away paints like this. The other is kind of laying your glitters in a geode rock pattern. But I call this a dirty pour geode because I have dirty poured paints over my tumbler, and then I'm wiping away everything. So I call it a dirty pour geode. All right, I'm going to wipe through here because I know that there's a few pieces that kind of went sideways. So I'm going to wipe this to make sure all of my paints are kind of coming down a little more. And I don't want to go too hard because under this paint is a layer of silver. And if I wipe away all this paint, all you will be seeing is silver. All right, and now I need to start cleaning some of that up. It will. Are you saying that, or did someone else say that? Oh, yeah, this black under epoxy will go black. I'll show you in a minute because I have a tumbler I did the other day with this black paint. I mean, it may be lightened up a little since it is, since I did put that silver kind of in that pour. I'm really considering taking some black paint and running more strips of black through here. That way it kind of has a bit more depth to it. Keep wiping this away. Now I'm just kind of getting in here with rubbing alcohol and really cleaning up the streaks of glitter to get that to really shine. I think that when I do this design next, I'm just going to do all black right here. I'm not going to add any silver. I will for the bottom, but not through the pour. I'm going to leave that pour super bright. You can start to see how it's, how that orange is. See a little bone in there, it's so cute. I definitely think, the more I look at it, the more I'm kind of set on the idea of going through and adding a few streaks of black. Even with the paintbrush, even if it's rough, it'll still be fine. If that's the case, I probably need to stop cleaning this up though, because that won't make a difference anyway. I'll have to clean it again. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add just super rough some black paint through here with my dirty paintbrushes that I didn't clean. Let me see, are anyone good enough? I need something to pour this in. A little more. I need an acrylic. I've been on a hunt for this. I don't know if it exists. Something I want to exist. I need an acrylic mat that has like little cubbies built through it. Like little dents in it to hold paint that I can just pick the paint off or wipe off. I'm not good at cleaning stuff. Like, I'll forget if I have to go and clean it. Okay, I'm just getting some black paint on here to kind of give it that kind of a darker. Just don't want to touch those words. Thinner paintbrush. Oh, that's cool. It's given like kind of this distressed almost look to it. Yeah, I like that. It darkened it up a bit more. That way it'll have more of a pop. A little through here so it kind of ties in. I didn't quite see that, didn't quite think the silver that I poured in here would be that bold. I'm always kind of surprised by that. Like, I know silver really does brighten up, but I'm surprised it took on this much of a color. I guess just against the black, it really has that look to it. Okay. I'm gonna go through and clean some up again. Alright, so I'm still going through again, and I'm going to work on cleaning up this glitter. Like I said before, there's a decent silver line of spray paint under this black, so it will really look neat. Uh-oh, I hear my people getting home. Alright, I don't know how much time I have. I hear my people getting home, and I think someone's bringing a friend. So I'll probably get close to wrapping this up for you guys. I'll finish wiping this paint away and then show you what it will look like, and then next time I jump on, I'll show you guys. All I'm pretty much doing from here is wiping away the paint off the glitter and make sure that looks really clean, and then I'll go around and run everything through and kind of soften this paint that I just dropped. I'm letting it dry a little more, that way I can really tell the colors that I'm working with. Hey Mace. Yeah, these colors under here are really pretty. Wish I knew what glitters I used. Like I said, 3 years ago. I'm not sure what glitters I use, but I can definitely pull glitters and I'll list them out whenever I post the picture of this on the Sippie Couture community group. That way if anybody wants to remake it, you'll know what glitters to grab. That needs to come away a little more. To get that silver line to poke out a little more, I'll take the baby wipe and I will wipe right into that line. You see how it's doing that and just pulling the color off that edge? You'll pull that color off the edge and then you'll really be able to see that silver line. Let me get this pulled back and I'll show you. Okay. It's like a very, very nasty hands. Oh, little faint thing. Thanks. I know, weekend, it's Friday, thank goodness. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off of here. Please take a minute to follow me on here, as well as Sippie Couture. Oh no. Okay, my hand just pulled off that paint. All right, well, that is gonna be taken away. As well as on YouTube, follow my YouTube channel, please. I'm gonna be, the next giveaway I'm doing is going to be off of the YouTube stuff, and it's going to be for Mr. Nola's glass coat epoxy. Let me clean this up, that way I can show you before I really, there we go. All right, that cleaned it up. There we go. Yay, okay, good. Yeah, so the Facebook page, the business page is Sippie Couture. Where I'm doing lives and everything and a bunch of other fun stuff is Sippie Couture Community. And then we have our YouTube page is Sippie Couture. So join our group, come hang out with us, see if we can get y'all some help. Because like I said, I'm doing this all the time and I figured might as well start jumping on and showing people and seeing who I can help out. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the mess that I have going on today that I still have to clean. And I will see you guys, my nasty hands. See y'all soon. Bye, guys. With the tumblers, oh my god, it's a mess everywhere, right? Just such a mess. All right, guys, y'all have a great weekend. I know I have all of my kids that want to go in a million places with friends since it's Friday night, so we're gonna go do that, and I will see y'all soon. Is that under the black a wrap? No, for this, no, it's glitter. I dropped glitter down. I did epoxy, and then I did silver spray paint, then blacks, a bunch of blacks as a dirty pour. So not a wrap, it's just a bunch of glitters. It's cloudy looking right now because it's a bit messy. I still need to clean it up. This will get cleaned really, really good before I go ahead and put epoxy on it. I do not want it to be any type of funky in between that. So, all right, bye guys. Y'all have a great weekend and I will see y'all soon. Bye.